When you think about someone being good at Call of Duty, you usually think about their aim, maybe their map awareness, their overall knowledge of the game, but you usually don't think about their movement. Movement is actually an extremely important part about being good at Call of Duty. It helps you in pretty much every situation that you're in. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to improve your movement, some tutorials on how to do certain things, and hopefully you'll be walking away from this video an overall better Call of Duty player. You're going to have the knowledge and the tools available to win more gunfights and overall help you drop more nukes. Hey guys, what is going on? It is your boy J King, and today I'm going to be giving you guys tutorials and tips and tricks on how to improve your movement in Black Ops Cold War. I'm going to be going over pretty much everything from slide canceling, ledge sliding, what you should be doing in gunfights, and just different tips and tricks on how to approach engagements and pretty much how to get an advantage over your enemy. So hopefully you'll be walking away from this video knowing how to improve your movement overall, but also knowledge what you should be doing in gunfights, and this is going to help you become a better Call of Duty player overall and drop more of those nukes. So before we get into the action, you guys know the drill. We have no shout outs for this week. If you guys want to shout out yourself, all you have to do is head over to my stream, jking_official on Twitch. Get 1,000 channel points before next week's video, and then redeem the channel point reward. You'll be shouted out in the video yourself. Your link will also be down in the description below. Also, if this video helps you at all, consider leaving a like. Also, consider subscribing. We are on the road to 100 subscribers, which is insane. I post a live commentary every Monday, and I also post tutorial videos like this every Friday. So subscribe for more content if you enjoy them. Also, let me know down in the comments which of these tips you think is going to be most important. And if you just want to say, hey, I'll be replying to each and every comment, so drop it down below. So without further ado, let's get into it. So hopping right into it, the first tip that I want to give to you guys is how to slide cancel. Basically, if you don't know what slide canceling is, it's basically where you go into a slide, but then you're going to cancel, hence the name, the slide before it actually completes. So what this is going to do is pretty much going to make the animation of your character like just go pretty crazy. It's also going to be a pretty drastic change in direction for your character, and it's overall just going to make you a pretty much harder target to hit, and it's going to catch your enemy off guard. Now this has been nerfed in Cold War. If you guys remember back in Modern Warfare, slide cancel was absolutely broken, much like the rest of that game, like overall. But if Cold War, they've added like a delay to it, so it's definitely not as strong as it was, but it's still a pretty useful movement trick that you can use. So basically, here's how you do it. There's different steps that I'm going to break down into it. Basically, it's only 3 steps, and there's basically like an optional 4th if you want. So the first step is obviously just go into a slide. Everyone knows how to do that. This is just me sliding and not doing anything else, okay? So I'm going to be completing that animation fully. The second step is going to be hitting that slide button once again to stop the slide midway through it. So here I'm sliding. This is going to be me not hitting anything. That's the complete slide. But now I'm going to hit that slide button once again. So as you can see right here, I'm not going all the way through. There's the full one. There's the shortened slide right there. I'm basically just hitting the slide button once again about midway through the slide, and you're going to get a feel for it. All you have to do is really just practice pretty much. There really isn't an exact science on when to hit that second slide button, but just go into a custom match and, you know, try to play around with it yourself. The third step is going to be hitting the jump button to get out of the crouching stance back onto your feet. This is pretty much where the speed and pretty much the like overall brokenness of this mechanic comes from. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to slide again, and you're going to stop the slide as we have been doing. Right after you do that, you're going to hit the jump button, which for me is the space bar. I'm on mouse and keyboard, and basically you're going to come into an upright position. So there's me doing that entire slide right there, and then I come into an upright position. Using this, like going around corners right here, is a really good tactic. Basically what the enemy is going to be seeing, they're going to be seeing you in a slide position, coming around the corner, and then all of a sudden you're just going to stop and stand up. Pretty much the enemy is going to be expecting you to continue your slide and maybe come over here, but basically all you're going to do, you're going to stop right here. I didn't even hit the stand up button. And it's pretty much going to be a pretty drastic change of direction. It's going to catch your enemies off guard. And yeah, that's pretty much how you slide cancel. You can also go into a slide cancel from a jump. There really isn't a huge benefit to that, but just know that you can go into a slide from a jump and therefore slide cancel from that. So how do you use it? Pretty much anytime you come around a corner, this is an option to use. So say this mannequin right here is an enemy, and I'm just going to come around the corner and slide cancel. This is going to be a way he's going to be thinking that I'm going to come over here somewhere, maybe complete the slide, but I'm really just going to be slide canceling, stopping, and then changing directions on him. That's going to make me a harder target to hit, and you can use this in pretty much any situation where you're going to be coming around a corner or you know where an enemy is going to be. This is going to catch them off guard. Now, the second tip that I want to give to you guys is sort of similar, but this is basically called cameraing the enemy. It's sort of a weird name. Basically, anytime you want to come around a corner, you're either going to want to slide cancel or you're going to want to jump shot. Basically, what this is going to do, it's going to give you a massive advantage in the actual gunfight itself. A lot of Call of Duties have had pretty broken camera angles. So say I'm coming around this corner at a pretty high speed, I'm going to be able to see that enemy before he sees me. Obviously, it's not a huge difference, but it is going to help you. It's going to give you sort of those milliseconds to come around that corner and pretty much get your shots on the enemy before they can even see you, pretty much. So using this, obviously, in conjunction with pre-firing is really helpful. So anytime you want to come around a corner and you think there might be an enemy there, you could always slide cancel or you could jump shot. Obviously, jump shotting is making you a harder target instead of just an enemy. Instead of you come around a corner like this, and the enemy just pretty much shooting just like that, they're actually going to have to track you. Now, there really isn't right or wrong to when to jump shot or when to slide cancel. It's pretty much just done by feel. Different situations might call for it. Maybe you don't want to extend yourself fully. Maybe you want to sort of... Hold on, I'm ass. Maybe you just want to sort of slide cancel and still hug this corner right here. Or maybe you do want to catch them off guard. Maybe you have a teammate coming up behind you and you're going to be able to play trades off of that. So there's just different situations. Honestly, just become comfortable with both of them. Know that whenever you're coming around a corner, using either of these two things is going to help you. It's going to help you be a harder target to hit, and it's going to catch your enemy off guard and hopefully win you more engagements. So the third tip that I want to give to you guys, and Nuketown's actually a pretty good map to demonstrate this, is ledge sliding. This goes sort of in tandem with how to camera people. So say there's an enemy right around here, probably like right here in this corner right here. Say I come up here, I can actually use a ledge slide to get a pretty decent speed boost and try to camera that person. This is actually going to be really drastic camera angle because I'm going to get a pretty decent speed boost. So all you have to do is just run to the edge and then slide off of it, and you're going to get a pretty decent speed boost. This has pretty much been in every single Treyarch game since BO3. BO3 had an extreme ledge slide. BO4 kind of nerfed it, but it's kind of back in Cold War. So as you can see, if there's an enemy standing here, instead of you just walking around the corner like normally, where you're a pretty easy target, you're literally going to be flying through the air at a really fast pace. This is even going to be faster than if you jump shot. You use ledge slides in pretty much every map. Obviously, you can't ledge slide everywhere. Right here is a pretty good place right here, especially if there's someone over here. Sort of the height is a little bit hard to gauge right here when you should jump, when you should slide. But obviously using this ledge slide is going to help camera people even more. It's going to make you a super hard target to hit, but it's also going to throw off your enemy and then just catch them off guard, and you're going to be able to see them before they see you. And before I move on to this last tip to help you strafe in gunfights and overall make you win more gunfights yourself, I do want to say if this video has helped you at all, consider leaving a like. Also consider subscribing. I do appreciate all the support on the channel. Some of the videos are just popping off, and you guys are showing an extreme amount of support on that. So anyone who's liking, commenting, or even just watching, I do appreciate you. And yeah, I have some really great content coming for you guys here soon. Obviously, like I said, live commentaries every Monday, and the tutorial videos like this every Friday. So I do hope you guys enjoy that. And let me know if there's anything you guys would like me to improve, switch up, change, add to the channel. Just let me know down in the comments. And yeah, without further ado, let's get back into it. So whenever you're in a gunfight, what you want to do is strafe the maximum amount as possible. No matter what you do, you never want to stand still in a gunfight. There's obviously a few reasons for that. I'm not sure if it's even in this game. Again, I don't play controller, but back in World War II, part of the aim assist, I think it was the rotation towards the target, was dependent on if you were strafing or not. So obviously, if this is the mannequin right here, if I'm just sitting here and he might be strafing or something, I'm not going to be getting that rotational aim assist. I'm only going to be getting the slowdown around the target. But if I'm strafing, then the rotation aim assist is going to come into play. I'm not sure that's how it works in this game, but even if that isn't the case, strafing overall is super important. Obviously, just making yourself the hardest target to hit possible. And as you've seen through the previous tips in the video, making yourself a hard target to hit is like a theme of this video. So obviously, anything to do with movement, you're going to be pretty much wanting to catch the enemy off guard as much as possible, and also making yourself just a hard target to hit. And these two things together is just going to give you an advantage in gunfights. If you're going up against someone who's not strafing, then you're going to have an advantage in that gunfight. More bullets of yours are going to hit onto the target, and hopefully you're going to be winning that engagement. So now that we know we need to strafe, how do you strafe? Well, there's different things. So obviously, if you go back and forth like this is a pretty common tactic. People just think strafe as much as possible, and then you just go like this. This actually isn't the best way to strafe. So say this mannequin's going back and forth in front of me, and say I just shoot like this. the amount of times that he's crossing in front of my crosshair is actually pretty significant. So obviously if he's doing really short strafes, like he might not be moving from my crosshair at all. So there's very little that I have to do to actually hit the target. He's just pretty much going to be strafing back and forth into my reticle, and I don't even have to track him at all. The better way to strafe is going to be coming into a gunfight and then doing one long strafe. So say I'm coming around this corner over here, and I know there's a guy right here. I might jump shot, and then I might strafe to one long side. Instead of jump shotting and then just going like this, look how much I'm moving. There's barely any movement going on. So obviously doing this big long strafe is going to make you a harder target to hit. From his perspective, he's going to be seeing me and has to go like this, compared to if I just go back and forth, all he has to do is go like this pretty much. Now, a really great thing, and this is using the slide cancel from the previous tip. So what you could do is slide cancel around a corner. His prediction is going to be that I'm going to continue my slide and then somewhere over here. The slide cancel is going to stop that momentum, and then if I strafe back to this side, that's pretty much going to throw him off completely. He thought I was going to continue over here. He thought I was going to continue over here, but I actually just stopped and changed direction and then strafe back to this side. So as you can see it in the demonstration right here, you slide cancel and you come back. Obviously this is a little weird because I'm coming around a corner, but say I'm coming like this area, you know, you can just do that. So that's actually a really powerful tactic. That's pretty much the best way to use slide canceling. If you're going to slide cancel and then continue the strafe to the side that you slide canceled from, obviously that's doable. You're really going to slow down your movement like right here in the middle, and then you're going to continue. So maybe he's anticipating that you're going to slide cancel and go back, and when he sees you slide cancel, he's going to suspect that, but then you just continue. That's a possibility, but obviously the best thing to do with a slide cancel is to just strafe back. So overall, you want to strafe to one long side. Like I said, I get an engagement with her, and I'm just strafing to one side. Usually I'm going to try to change my direction during this, so if I'm just running like this, I'm not going to continue running. That's going to make me a pretty easy target to track. I might be running like this, I might slide cancel, and then I come back and then strafe back the other way. That's going to, again, make you a harder target to hit, and it's overall going to make the enemy do more work in tracking you than just going back and forth in really small movements. That's going to make pretty much you an easy target to hit. A lot of bullets are going to be landing on you, and it's not really an effective way to strafe. So strafing like this is going to be the best way to do it. So yeah, that's all the tips that I have for you. I do recommend going into a custom game either with bots or no bots and just trying some of these things out. Maybe go around the maps and see like, okay, where could I ledge slide? Where should I be slide canceling? What corner should I be suspecting that enemies are in? These are all different things that are going to help you predict where the enemies are and then adjust your movement accordingly to that. And also things like slide canceling just need a bit of practice to use. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoy, make sure to leave that like. If you see this, you're the GOAT. I do appreciate you watching all the way to the end, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
The lies were truths, but somehow I knew it wasn't. Man, I'm so high up, they're trying to get me to fall. I got the answers right here, no, I ain't guessing at all. You see all of the